Hello and welcome back to another episode of the CQ The Watch Guy show. I am CQ The Watch Guy, and I hope you're having an amazing day today. I know I am. We're winding down a week here in sunny Orlando, Florida. Sunny for now, I should say, because it's going to rain, in the next couple hours. It rains every day during the summertime in Central Florida. Anyways, beautiful day here in the David SW headquarters in Orlando, Florida. Make sure you stop on by if you happen to be in the Central Florida area. If you're in South Florida, make sure you check out David SW Miami, right outside of the Design District area. Really good time there or here. Come in. Let's talk some watches. Let's have some fun. Let's grab some coffee. And just so many great watches. Why not come in and try them on? You never know what you might want to take home on the wrist. All right. So as you can see, I have 5 beautiful watches in front of me, and they're all Skydwellers. So today is going to be our first I'm gonna do like a model showdown series. So today we're doing a Skydweller showdown, and basically, I've been thinking about the Skydweller a lot. It's a watch that's been around actually for quite a while. The first Skydwellers debuted around 2012. Basically when I started to really get deeper into the industry and started to go very hard. So it's a watch that I've been, wowed by from the beginning because it's such a unique piece, the most complicated Rolex to be produced at the moment, and just such a very interesting piece. And it's interesting to see the different variations that have came out since 2012. We didn't get steel ones until 2017, and even since then we've had a bunch more variations. So I wanted to poll the class. I polled the office, the store, and see what everybody's favorite Skydwellers are, because there's so much variations, and I didn't want to do like a 20-piece Skydweller episode. Maybe we'll do like a reference point style thing where we talk about all of the Skydwellers. If I get, 20 comments saying to do that, then I will put all the Skydwellers on one table and we could go down, the year they came out and all things like that. Anyways, I want to keep it nice and simple. So 5 watches that everybody in the office loves. I suggested one, everybody else dove in and suggested another, and let's talk about it. So first, if you don't know what the Skydweller is, it's a 42 millimeter Rolex that is an annual calendar with a second time zone. And why this annual calendar is so ingenious to me is it's complicated. The way you view the calendar setup is very, very simple. It's basically a red window that's under your hour marker at every 12 months, 12 hours. So every marker corresponds with a different month, and then that tells you your month. And I think that's so ingenious. There's no pushers. Everything is operated by the crown and the bezel. Rotating the bezel switches through your different functions. One function will just be for time only. The second function will be to control your date. And the third function will be to control just the hour hand if you want to set up your time zones independently there. And I think that is such an ingenious complication because it's in such a clean form factor, so easy to use. Many people don't even set things, but for those who do, very easy to bam bam bam, do a little twisting around. You don't need extra tools or anything like that. And because of the size, I just love a bigger watch. To me, it is one of the perfect watches. And if you're a Rolex fan who loves a little bit of a bigger watch, you should definitely check out a Skydweller. Especially now, the values that you can get different ones at are really, really good, nice and stable. And you can just find so many really good watches. So what do we start off with? I don't know. Let's see what's here. Why not? So this is the mint green dial Skydweller on the Oyster bracelet. This is a beautiful pick. This was from John, who does photography and Corona 24 here. And I think the mint green dial is probably, we're talking about just steel, is one of the best looking ones, right? I don't want to get into ranking because that'll take forever, but it's just a beautiful green dial. The mint green to me is just a perfect shade of green that dances with the light. Depending what lighting situation, you get a little bit different hue of green. And then even the secondary hour track, it has a little bit of a different tone, different finish than the rest of the dial. So it gives you a lot of good contrast there as well. And on the Oyster bracelet, I dig it. Many would say Jubilee is a way to go for blue or green, but I think on the Oyster, it dresses it down just a little bit, makes it a little bit more casual as well. This is probably one of the newest releases that I have on the table too. These are only about a year or so, if that, old on the market. and they're just gorgeous watches. And I love that steel piece, green dial. This is a very wearable watch. You can just pick this watch up and go. I think all Skydwellers, for the most part, can be a one watch collection because you get such great complications. You get a second time zone in there. It's a Rolex. You get some status. That's something you're looking for. And it's still a tank at the end of the day. This is still something that you can wear every day. You can beat the crap out of. In 5 years, you send it in for service. You get it right back. No big issue, no harm, no foul there. So these great watches just to be everyday companions with you. And so we started out with the green dial, which is a stunning piece. Next up, let's go for the silver dial and the Oyster bracelet. Now, the silver and black dial pieces often, they're the middle siblings, right? They don't get talked about enough, but they are such great watches. And, you really have to try it on the wrist. Pictures don't do a lot of these watches the justice that they're due, because in pictures, the white dial looks okay. But in the video or in person, you can really see the little bit of metallic sheen on that white/silver. It really does have a really nice effect that plays with the light very beautifully as well. And I think white with stainless steel fluted bezel is just a great classic looking watch, great classic combination, and you have all the nice silver red accents there to go along as well. So I think white or black is definitely pieces you should be taking into consideration. I dare say I like the white on the Oyster and the black on the Jubilee, if I want to be a little bit biased there. So I actually do love this watch. This was picked from Victor in the inventory department, and it's the only white dial we have right now. Actually, they tend to go really, really fast, and yeah, it's just a clean, classy piece and a great everyday. You don't even have to think about it. The watch is already set because of a beautiful calendar. You just get up and go. So let's just finish up the steel. Of course, we had to do a blue dial. I was trying so hard to not to do a blue dial because it's always so talked about. But we got a few votes for the blue dial. So because of Krista, we have this blue dial here today, and it is gorgeous. I think blue dial, fluted bezel on the Jubilee. Very, very hard to beat combination. I think it's a gorgeous looking watch. It's just one of the best blues out there with the fluted bezel, with the Jubilee. It's dressed up a little bit, but you can still wear this in jeans. But I would definitely not be afraid to have this on in a dressed up suit environment. I think this is a killer piece. And again, something that you can take on a long vacation. You don't need a bunch of watches because you can swim with this. You can do whatever you want. It is meant for a little bit of sport, as they say. And I think it's a great watch. It's not hard to see why these ride at a premium and rode so crazy in the peaks of the market, because it is at the end of the day such a beautiful watch. I remember when these came out. Before that, you only have precious metals that were crazy price anyways compared to stainless steel at retail levels. So these just kind of fill an interesting little gap, and the rest is history, as they say. But blue dial, fluted bezel on the Jubilee, a great piece. If I was ranking them, this definitely has to go in the top of the pyramid when you're talking Skydwellers. There's no way to beat that. Before we go to rose gold, let's go to my pick of the day, and this is the two-tone Skydweller with the beautiful gold champagne dial. I picked this because something about this is just, it's to me the perfect match of modern Rolex and classic Rolex aesthetics. Classic Rolex aesthetics, steel and gold, Jubilee, fluted bezel with that gold champagne dial. If that doesn't want to make you have like a cigar at the beach somewhere, a nice Hawaiian shirt, I don't know what does. It to me just a really nice upgraded Datejust 41 or Datejust two-tone. And it's modern because it's a Skydweller. So you have all the great complications from the Skydweller. You have that great Skydweller sizing. So to me, I'd buy this watch all day long just because it aesthetically, it does a lot what I want from a Rolex. It's a little not your usual choice from the Skydweller family as well, but it's a lot of bang for the buck, price-wise compared to the steel as well. These aren't crazy at all. So you get some gold, you get a good value, you get something that many people aren't going to realize this is Skydweller off the rip as well. And it is just a gorgeous looking piece. At the end of the day, who doesn't like a beautiful champagne dial with a fluted bezel on a Jubilee bracelet? It does everything that I'd ever want a Skydweller to do. So this would be if I had to buy one right now, this would probably be the one I go for, followed very closely by a green or a blue. But this one, they've been captivating me for quite a little while now since I've been playing with them. And last but not least today, another crystal pick. This is the Rose Gold Skydweller Black Oyster bracelet on a beautiful, beautiful charcoal dial. And this is just, when this first came out, it was just like, your jaw kind of dropped because you weren't thinking Oysterflex on precious metal and things like that. It wasn't a watch that people were looking for. But if you're somebody who likes precious metal, you want a nice rose gold piece, but you want something a little bit more casual, this is it. This gives you all the all the feelings you want from a bigger piece, but very casual because of that Oyster bracelet. You have your complication, and rose gold, that ever rose that they do with this charcoal, is just an outstanding color combination. The contrast of the two colors together, that deep red from their ever rose with the charcoal, and some metallic charcoal as well, so it plays with the light beautifully, and the colors work together with just an amazing aesthetic perfection there. And it is, to me now, I would say special mention for the rose gold blue green dial that just sold before I could do this episode. I was gonna do a little head to head between those, but honestly, they're both great watches. They're all great watches, right? But rose gold charcoal dial on the Oyster bracelet for somebody who's looking for like a little bit pop of luxury, but still wants something sporty. I think this is such a great pickup, and the prices that there are now, it's not out of the premium isn't that huge at all to pick one of these. And it's another watch that's like, again, kind of goes under the radar and what people are talking about these days because so many new watches are coming out. But this is a winner any day of the week. Trust me. All right, guys, so these were 5 of our top choices for Rolex Sky-Dweller, some of our favorites. Tell me, what's your favorite Skydweller variation? Or you a Skydweller collector yourself? What color combo do you have? What's on your list for you to pick up? I think the Skydweller is such an amazing piece, and there's such great variety there that, so many collectors, so many different collecting themes and styles can fit a Skydweller in their collection. So you tell me, what's your favorite Skydweller? What's on your wrist or what's on your list? And we can talk it out in the comment section. I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Hope you have an amazing weekend. And remember, buy what you love.